I think the best stunts that we do in the movie or the TV show are the ones that you think of but you would never want to do. Like you think of something that just you would hate to do, and that's when you know it's a really good stunt.
Preston, he's like the main writer of the whole show. I wouldn't doubt that he's a genius. He comes up with ideas for everybody.
Yeah, I put together a list of ideas, and then we'll get together, and Dimitri and Jeff, and Dimitri has an amazing way of making them better every time.
We get the ideas for a stunt and like write like a basic statement for it, you know, and then we go out and like the stunt takes its own, like whatever happens in it. A lot of it's just spontaneous though.
They'll have a list of ideas, but if we end up finding something else, we'll just film something else. And the fact that we don't have to light anything, it could just happen right now. Like, Jermaine, I think I want to jump off of this into the pool. Let's do it.
You just go with it. You know, if something terrible happens to you, hopefully it'll be good to watch later.
There is a lot of spontaneity, but there are safety concerns that we do actually really take serious. Because you got to protect these guys from themselves a lot of the time.
In order to get to that spontaneous point, it usually comes out of a setup bit where we've sat down and wrote it and got it approved and got some props and stuff. Then stuff spins off of that.
And a lot of footage gets shot down for that very reason. So you wind up with like really a lot of our best stunts like never even saw the light of day. You know, like when we really call ourselves the most, that's the footage that the censors get so like picky about. So I mean, there's just, it breaks my heart, man, how much stuff that nobody got to see.
We had a guy come who professionally chokes people out.
That was another bad idea.
And it was gnarly. And Knoxville was the first one, and he fell back, and his eyes were still open, shaking, and we're like looking at him thinking, this isn't cool, you know, and then he wakes up, and when you do it, it takes, like, you're completely knocked out into like dreams. And he woke up thinking he was like a child. Yeah.
And they did it twice. Because the first time they didn't film it right. That happens a lot on this show.
Yeah, that was the charm of the show, right? The shitty filming.
Yeah.
Well, we're not the most professional crew there ever was put together, but that's what makes it Jackass, you know. Like
People love that home video effect. If it was filmed with a 35mm camera, it wouldn't be as funny.
Now look at it. They got 3 cameras on us. They're all pro. Oh, wow. We really learned a lot over the years.
What's this thing that has legs? Let's use that. What is that? A tripod?
What were some of your favorite moments while filming for Jackass?
My favorite moment is listening to you say
you
those
address the
words.
question.
The question sucks so bad. My favorite moment is listening to you actually read it.
day one of shooting, we got Knoxville all ready to jump the LA River on roller skates, and he completely landed right in the river. That's what you wanted to happen, really. But he blew out his ankle first shoot. So that whole first season, he's in a big cast. The rest of every other shoot, he's at Olympics. So if you see him like doing sumo or bikini or all these other things, he's got a cast on his foot.
Yeah, one night we were driving in the van, and I wrote a skit. I didn't write it on paper. I wrote it in my mind, and I wrote it with my mouth to the other people in the van, and it was a mistake because I said it wouldn't be funny if you ate all the ingredients to an omelet and then puked it up and cooked it and then ate it. And apparently everyone thought it was a good idea because when I woke up in the morning, there was a makeshift kitchen, and everyone had to wear hazmat suits, and including the famous Johnny Knoxville, who I don't think he usually wears a hazmat suit.
He looks good in it, though.
Yeah, he did.
I was actually starstruck when Brad Pitt just comes into the fucking van with a monkey suit on, and I'm in one as well, and I'm just like, this is fucked up, dude. Like, this is weird. This would never happen. Like, how did this work out, man?
Someone was somebody to make that happen.
That was weird, really.
That was a cool day. Because
Yeah,
he just
really
showed
cool.
up by himself,
And just fit right in, like, you know, like.
jumped in the van with everyone, and was just cool, you know?
And I thought it was the stupidest idea. I'm like, we got Brad Pitt for a day, and you guys are putting him in a goddamn monkey suit. What's the matter with you? Show his face, man, you know? Because then everybody's just going to think that he's just some guy in a bear suit, and it damn well could have been.
When Brad Pitt came to film and I didn't get invited, that was awesome. Did you know we went to rival high schools? Yeah.
I didn't get invited either.
I know. Thanks, Jeff.
The thing I'm probably most proud of, and is the most famous thing I ever did on Jackass, was Party Boy.
A few more pumps and Party Boy will be ready to go to work. Party Boy was actually born in England. Right when I got there, my friend gave me this G-string that he got at some charity thrift store type place. And he wore it, and he had never even washed it. And God knows what kind of a freak was wearing that beforehand. And I had a bow tie and some cufflinks and stuff. And then Knoxville was taking a shower, so I just jumped in and did a striptease for him. And that's how Party Boy got born.
I think God wrote that idea. It just came to me from the sky.
Being Party Boy gives you a special power. Like, you're never, ever going to get beaten up as Party Boy. Because no matter how, like, mean and tough you are, when the man just rips off his clothes in front of you, like, you don't want to have anything to do with it.
And people nowadays, sometimes kids come up to me and sneak up on me and like, hey, like, do you want to party? And they'll like take their clothes off and start dancing for me. And I want nothing to do with it. I'm just like,
Dude, you know how
and
many
it's like,
people...
how's it feel, Party Boy? How's it feel? It feels horrible.
I'm most proud of the skit Blind Driver, because I wrote that, but somehow it edited to make it look like Jeff actually wrote it. So I'm pretty proud of that one. But I got to run over Dave England and pretend like I'm blind.
How do you edit things to make it look like someone else wrote it?
No, I don't
Weird.
know. But no,
I like the time. The best time I've ever had with you was when we did the kayak thing. I'd never been in a kayak before, and we were in the streets of Portland, Oregon, and we were in the kayaks, and we had a good time, and we were being friendly to each other. Like,
yeah, it was the first time we actually got along.
Yeah.
Like, we were like partners instead of me being this little sidekick guy, right?
The stunt that I'm most proud of, but it was so quick, was when I was power sliding down that hill in Ridley in that park, and I clipped your feet because you had the skis on, and I just went flying right to my head. That was so unplanned, but it hurt, and it's funny. Your best one is jumping in that shit tank.
Yeah, shit tank. The water treatment plant.
It was pure shit, and you jumped into it, and there was no shower, like, for miles.
I didn't shower the rest of the day.
He claims that he didn't even shower for a week after that. And I believe him.
Remember when I had to draw that lady, the lady at the beach, and it was her 90th birthday, and her two 60-something-year-old daughters took her to Venice Beach to, treat her, and I was posing like I was a street artist that would draw your portrait, and I drew her like with these saggy tits, and I wrote slut above it, and she was just taking this big steamy pile of shit, and she was laughing. She was 90. It was her 90th birthday. She was just cracking up, and her two conservative daughters were just like, oh, this is an outrage.
Hands down, my favorite moment while filming for Jackass was the Playgirl Pontius, when I was taking my glamour shots to get into Playgirl.
When I shot those pictures, I wanted to have an erection while they were taking the pictures of me, and I knew with all the pressure I wouldn't be able to get one. So I went to the doctor in the morning, and I told him that I couldn't get hard. And so he prescribed me Viagra, and I took like 3 before the shot started.
And then the Viagra kicked in. And they told me to go in the shed and get aroused. So then all of a sudden...
Yeah, they told you to.
Out of the shed doors comes my wiener, fully hard. Knoxville, who was a pitcher in high school...
Oh, yeah, college fucking NCAA shit.
Throws the tennis ball as hard as he can, and I felt the felt of the tennis ball raise my wiener.
So close.
And if it would have smashed it, I don't know if I'd be with you today.
Well,
I definitely would have killed myself because... thing wouldn't have worked. So anyway, so Knoxville's like, why don't you finish yourself off? So I lay down on the sun chair, and I was just totally focused.
After completion, and he was still a mess and half-cocked, he gets up out of the lawn chair and runs around, tries to hug everyone, and he misses getting me by this much, and that was easily the most frightened I've ever been on filming Jackass.
Maybe if you would have powdered the zits on your ass, Playgirl would have fucking accepted you.
No, they did accept me. But
Did they?
yeah, but the money wasn't right.